everyone, I'm Tim Stack, and we are here live from New York Comic Con in the heart of Hudson Yards / the West Side Highway. But it's a rainy day in New York, but I'm here. I'm very excited. I'm so excited for this movie. I'm here with the director and the cast of The Grudge, the new Grudge, Grudge 2.0, I'm going to call it, if you will. But Nicolas, you're the director. Tell us, what makes this Grudge different than the ones we've seen before, I guess?
I think the biggest, most obvious difference is it's rated R. Ooh. And very much, it's very much rated R.
Okay.
It's
The other ones weren't R?
No. No.
So, you know, we got to be gorier with it for sure.
Yeah.
But then I think also what came with the R rating is like allowing us to be a bit more serious with the subject matter outside the scares as well.
Okay.
You know, I think a lot of horror now is like so welcoming of family drama.
Okay.
I think more so than it ever has been since like the 70s.
Yeah.
And because of the R rating, like I said, yeah, we got to be gorier. Lin gets quite bloody and does some gnarly things. But I think also just, you know, all of their storylines are a lot more intense, a lot more adult. Just by nature of being rated R, we're allowed to sort of cater to an older audience, and I think that that brings a very special, unique energy to this movie.
And Sam was really passionate about making an R-rated version of The Grudge, wasn't he? That was
Like
Sam Raimi, the producer.
because I think, you know, like the way Betty said, it's like, what? Those other ones were only PG-13? And I think it's like, yeah, because there's no real, like, on-the-screen violence.
Yeah.
It's the subject matter isn't super intense. And I think that Sam, even back in 2004, was always hoping that we could make it a little more intense.
Yeah.
And finally, we got to do it.
Thank God. So what drew you guys to this movie?
What God are you talking about?
What made you guys want to be part of this movie? Andrea, you're like a cop in it, right? You're investigating the sort of the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I play Muldoon.
Okay.
Nick, really.
Nick, really?
It's really awkward when you ask things like this and you're right next to somebody like, that's because of you. But it was because of Nick. I went to meet him and he had such a clear vision.
Yeah.
It was, this is a completely new, other than Mandy, perhaps, which is a Panos Cosmatos film I did.
Great movie.
A real
it's
new.
One of my brothers, I have two brothers. It's one of their favorite movies of all time.
He's a wonderful director, yeah. And so this was kind of a new this world is a little new for me. And Nick, I mean, just apart from being one of the most organized, kindest, visionary people that I've ever worked with, it was actually quite pleasant to be in total mental torture every day.
Sure.
I would go home and feel like I couldn't breathe, you know? Most scenes is I'm having a psychological breakdown.
Wow.
But he was just really jolly.
Yep.
That's fun.
So that was good.
It's disturbing in retrospect how jolly you were.
Betty, what about you? What drew you to this?
Not Nick. No, yeah, we had a great conversation leading in, and we talked about how you said as long as there's a scare every 8 pages, we get to make a movie that they don't let you make anymore about, you know, just sort of quiet, adult, dramatic themes, and a sort of. We're kind of Trojan horsing a really good movie into a horror movie. Or you did that, I didn't do it. I memorized the lines.
We all did it together.
I think, you know, I have not seen any of your movies because I cried at all the trailers. I can't watch horror movies. And so this was the first time I've been in one. And I cried at the clip you sent me of this movie. So it was also, I would say, a personal goal to be in a horror movie and not pass out.
Nice.
And I didn't pass out.
Okay, well, that's good. And Lin, I mean, obviously the Insidious franchise is, you know, you're sort of the face of that in a gas mask. So, I mean, what do you like about horror so much? I mean, what is it about this genre that you kind of respond to?
I actually, honestly, I'm not a genre. I like storytelling. And I'm more interested in that than anything, than in genre. And I've been fortunate to be invited into these wonderful movies. I mean, that Insidious took off the way it did. Was as big of a surprise to all of us, including James Wan, who said, "Do you think they're going to like this?" Who knows? And this was a real treat. I was kind of invited in because of Nick, and which, by the way, thank you very, very much. Of course. It turned out to be one of the scariest characters I've ever had the opportunity to play. Oh, wow. I mean, you know, Insidious is actually Elise she's the voice of reason in those films, and she's the giver. I always talk about that, which is I think part of her appeal is that everybody's a taker and she's a real giver. She takes not for herself but gives to other people. This character that I play, Faith, in The Grudge, is a woman who becomes a victim of evil, really, and of both evil medically because she's got Alzheimer's and her mind is dwindling. She has a happy marriage. You see her happy with Frankie Faison, who plays my husband. He's just great. And we had a couple really wonderful scenes. I haven't seen the film, so I don't know how much actually ends up in there. But she becomes a victim of the illness as well as then evil infection. And I think that is a metaphor for, unfortunately, a lot of stuff that's going on and deteriorates people's sense of love, self-love, and being able to love other people by this infection that sort of grabs us all and pulls us to hell, basically.
We debuted a first look of you, an image of it looks like the spirit or the ghost, the Grudge ghost, is like on top of you.
Yes.
And like this close to you. I don't know if you can tease that scene. And also, did that person have like a mint, or was that?
Wait,
let Nick answer that question.
This is one of my favorite Lin Shaye moments ever. So she had just met that actress Tara Westwood moments earlier. We're lining up for the shot, and Tara says to Lin, "Do you mind if I drool in your mouth?" And Lin, without waiting a beat, says, "Of course," and didn't think it was a weird request at all. And it was that's Lin Shaye.
Wow, that's wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Wow, if that's on a sell for The Grudge, I don't know what is. But so you guys, this movie comes out in 2020. Yes.
Yep. January 3rd.
January 3rd, 2020. Thank you guys so much for being here, and enjoy the rest of your Comic-Con. And everyone, thanks so much. Stay tuned for more here at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks.
Thank